Okay, so xinxin, when we do the greatest common factor, we all know that it's starting with the prime number, right? Okay, so we start with 2, with 3, with 5, with 7, with 11, or etc., right? So do you know that all of them actually having the disability rule of them? Do you know that? So
Uh,
2 has, if you find the number is an even number, so this must be having a factor of 2. So for
like
instance, if you have a number, though it's very big, 2,472, and the other one is 3,944. So they must be divisible by 2, right? So we can just find out 2 first, right? And 3, what is the divisibility rule of 3?
like if you add everything together, if it's
Very good.
divisible by three,
Very good. So what is a 5?
if it ends in a 0 or a 5,
Very good. 7? You don't know that, right?
is it like if the remainder is a multiple of 7 or
Yeah,
something?
actually 7 is not worth use it because it takes a very long time to do that. But 4 and 8 and 11, they do have some rules, right? 4 is the last 2 digit. If it is divisible by 4, it's divisible by 4. 3 is the last 3 digit. If divisible by 8, it's divisible by 8. Understand? And 11 another one.
Like
It's
the alternate
yeah, you just
digit.
zigzag and plus together, minus each other. If it is 0 or multiple 11, it divisible by 11. But what if I give you a number really big? Okay, they don't necessarily fit into any numbers. For instance, I give you a number. For instance, 1771. Okay. Okay. And I have
Divisible by
another
11.
one is let me just give you another one is 451. Okay. So these two numbers, after you take a look, you know that it's not fitting for every single like rules like you've been learned before, right? You're learning before, it's none of them. So I would suggest you go with a smaller number first to find out maybe there's a one that fit for any rules. For instance, like 451, this is actually what? 451 is divisible by 11, you can see, right? But
Yeah.
unfortunately, 1771 is not divisible by 11. I know it. It's okay. But because 451 is divisible by 11, you know it is divisible by what? It's 41, right? Oh, 1771. No,
Oh,
no, no, sorry. What I'm doing. No, no, no. It's another one. Give me 1 second. Mm, yeah, so still 451 is the one, but I give you another one. 697. Okay. So if you take a look at this one, obviously 697 is not divisible by 11, right? But
yeah.
451 is. Okay, so xinxin, this sentence is very important, okay? Find the number with clue. Okay? So 451 is the one with clue, but 697 is the one without the clue. Don't you agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so we study 451 first. This one divisible by 11 equals what? 41. Okay,
Uh,
obviously 697 cannot be divisible by 11, but do you want to try 41? Okay, so you immediately divide by 41. You know it is equals to what? 17. Okay, so their greatest common multiple, lowest common, greatest common factor is 41. Why we're doing this? Okay, Xinxin? It takes for you forever to try to find out 41 because you're going to try 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41. You need to try so many steps till you find out the 41, right? But it is easier for you to find the number with a clue than you just to target the one with a clue. 11 is not working, just using 41. If 41 is not working, that means these two numbers don't have the greatest common factor. Do you understand what I mean? This is
yeah.
much, much quicker when you try to find out the bigger number, especially for the bigger numbers, their common factor is what? Is a prime number, is a big prime number. Do you understand what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so I give you another one, okay? So 530 and 689. So first of all, Xinxin, I want you to tell me which one is a number with clue.
530.
Very good. 530 is the one with clue, right? 689 seems not being divisible by any number that we are aware of or very familiar with. So study this number first, then apply on this one. I'll give you some time. You try doing it yourself, okay?
Do I need to find the GCF?
Yeah, GCF.
Okay. 53.
Very good. Get it, Xinxin? So
Yeah.
it is very hard for you to target 53 because 53 is a what? Is a prime number, right? I
Yeah.
think that is the part that your teacher is going to teach you, test you. So that's the same thing as, are you learning lowest common multiple as well or no?
Yeah, GCF and
Okay,
LCF.
yeah. Lowest common multiple is also have the thing like there are some of you maybe making mistakes is, I give you a number, for instance, 8, okay, and 12, and 14, for instance. This one I give you 35. How about like that, okay? So it seems like 35, 12, and 14, they don't have any common factor at all. So a lot of students said I give up here, right? But the thing is, actually, you can do what? The factor of pairs. It doesn't have to be applied on all three numbers. So 7, so 5, 2, and 12. And 2, so 5, 6, and 1. So the lowest common multiple for this one is 7 times 2 times 5 times 6, which is 420.
Okay. For the GCF, like finding the GCF, or is it just like the shared primes?
GCF is the greatest
Like,
common factor. So is it,
yeah,
can
like,
you repeat your question? I
is it
don't,
just like the shared, after you prime factorize it, is it just like all the shared primes multiplied together?
lowest common multiple you mean greatest common factor is just this part.
Yeah.
And lowest common multiple is all the part.
Like, we didn't learn it. Like, we have to
Oh, the lowest
factor them
common
all like
multiple is not
separate.
there yet.
No, we have to factor like each of the numbers separately. Like, we can't factor them all together.
You mean greatest common factor?
Like, when we're factoring numbers,
So
we have
like
to factor
8
them
and
separate.
12, you need to do like, because 8 equals 4 times 2 and 12 equals 4 times 3. So they have the greatest common factor of 4.
No, we have to like when we're fighting
Oh,
GCF, we
so
have to we have
1,
to
8,
factor them
2,
separate.
4, 12, 1, 12, 2, 6, and 3, 4, like that.
No,
8.
like 8, you factor it as 2 squared, and then 12 you factor it as, I mean, 8 you factor it as 2 cubed, and then 12 you factor it as 2 squared times 3, and then you see like they both have 2 squared in them, so then the
Okay.
GCF is 4.
Okay, it's okay, it doesn't matter, it's just the method. Like you can
Is
write them.
like is GCF just the shared primes multiplied?
Shared multiply like 8 equals 2 cubed and if 12 equals 2 squared times 3. So that's why the gist equals 2 squared. You mean like that?
Because it's like they both have 2
Yeah,
squared
yeah,
in them.
yeah. They both
And
have squared.
if they both have like 2 squared and 7, then it'd just be 28 because it's 2 squared times 7.
Yeah. So for instance, if you
Okay.
have a number like 856 and you have 84, right? So this one equals 2 cubed times 7, 1. This one equals 2 squared times 3 times 7. So they have greatest common factor will be 2 cubed times
24
7
or
equals
28.
28. But this one takes you a lot of time, Xinxin. Like the long division, like the
Yeah.
short division way is for you to practice, and you can just show them the method like that, right? Show them the method like they want you, but on your own paper, you can just using my method. It's much quicker.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
for LCM, do you just like find all the factors and then like to make all the numbers so like you cancel out the shared primes?
No, the lowest common multiple is actually, so do you understand what is greatest common factor? Greatest common factor
Yeah.
is the biggest common, like the same, and factor, right? So lowest common multiple is talking about the multiple. So obviously lowest common multiple must be equal or bigger than any of the number you discussed. And greatest common factor must be smaller or equal to the number you discussed, right? So when we're talking about lowest common multiple, so for instance, we have, I'm just using a very simple one, so 14 and 21, right?
Yeah.
So 14 has 14, the multiple is 28 or 42 and etc. So there are unlimited multiple for one number, right? And 21 is 21 and 42. So you see, we're finding out the smallest same multiple of two numbers or three numbers from four. So how do we find out? First, we find out the common factor of these two or three numbers. So 7 is their common factor, right? So have 2 and 3. So what's next? You times all the number you write. So a lot of students, sometimes they forgot like how many numbers they may need to times together. So remember, all the numbers you copy, you don't have to time them. So 14 and 21 is you copied from the question, right? But the number
Yeah.
you wrote down, you write down them. So 7, 2, and 3 is the number you write down, right? So you time them together equals 42. Did you get me?
Yeah. Can I write out like the way like we got taught it that I'm kind of confused about?
Which one?
Like, if we
Oh,
like
sorry.
finding the LCM of like 35, we do like 5 and 7, and then 12 like would be 2, 6, and then 2 and 3, and then 14 would be like 2 and 7, and then like you write 5 times 7 because it's here, and then like you have to write 2, 2 and 3 because you don't have that in this yet, but you already have a 2 and a 7, so then you're done.
Yeah, it's the same as mine, but more complicated, which can cause you making a lot of mistakes. The method they're using is like, because 35 equals 5 and 7, right? 12 equals, so
Yeah.
the better way is you do 35 equals 5 times 7, and 12 equals 2 times 2 times 3, and 14 equals 2 times 7, right? So the lowest common multiple equals, so if you have a 7, so 2 became 1. Okay, I can help you to make less less hardness. So you have a 2. So 2 became 1. The best way is 3 became 1, but if you have 2, you still consider 2 became 1. So there's a 2 in loose, you copy them down. And there's a 5 in loose, and the 3 in loose, you copy them down.
Okay.
So that's why the answer is 21 times 20 equals 420.
Okay.
So I give you some
Um,
questions like easier for you to understand, but based on sometimes because sometimes could be 2 became 1, okay, 3 became 1. So let me just to give you some samples. So for instance, you have 70 and you have a 140 and you have 42, something like that. Okay, so 70 equals what? Equals 7 times 2 times 5, right? 140 equals 7 times 2 times 5 times 2. And 42 equals 7 times 2 times 3, correct?
yeah.
Okay, so xinxin, when you have all of them have 7, so 1 7, 2 7, 3 7. 3 of them became 1 7. Okay, when you calculate lowest to common multiple. And when you have 2, 1, 2, 3, and 2 2s, 3 2s, you became 1. And 2 5s became 1 5. And you have a 2 loose, 3 loose, times them, 2 and 3. So the answer is
Okay.
420 still.
Okay.
But
Um,
this question still, it's gonna very easy for you to making mistakes. So I want you to start using my way, divided by 2, 35, 70, and 21, 7, 5, 10, and 3, and 5, 1, 2, and 3. Then check your answer if it is right. So still 2 times 7 times 5 times 2 times 3, the answer is still 420. See, boom, you get it right. So using this way to check your answer. This way is right. It's very complicated. Takes you much
okay.
longer time to get the answer.
Okay.
Okay, it's not a very good way at all. Not a very good way
Okay.
at all. But since your teacher is acquired them, so that's the thing. Okay, I think there are a lot of teachers, they don't know how to learn math at all, including English and everything. But you are
Okay.
their students. You need to copy what they're saying, right? Or else you cannot get the full 4 mark. But it doesn't necessarily you have to follow their way. You can follow their way on the test, but your way. I want you to use the smartest way to learn math because you're never gonna be in with this teacher all entire life. When you go to the States, when you go to the good university, you're going to have the chance to meet the real good person, good teacher. Then they will be surprised that you're using this old
Mm.
and not developed way to use on your math. Understood? It's not only just math because your math is going to apply on your biology. It's apply on your every single subject, economics, everything. Actually, math is a very fundamental subject that's going to be applied on your all the different kind of subjects, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm very surprised Collingwood is still using
Um,
this way. Okay, tell me
uh,
your, yeah.
I sent you a question that was on a practice sheet, and it's like the answer for the like in the I sent it in the chat. Like for the first one, 14x8
Let me see.
W6V5.
1 second. Find the little, okay, yeah, okay, so I can share the screen with you. How to do that? Can I share screen? Yeah, I can share screen. Can you see it, Xinxin?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the thing, okay? So I'm going to explain both way for you to do this question because I'm not sure if your teacher is going to be very precisely on you have to be on my way, okay, or not. If I'm your teacher, I'm not that like that, okay? So let's take a look at this one. So 7x8 W6, V5. And the other one is 14, W4, and V3, right? So first of all, xinxin, we need to study something that both of them have is number part, right? So this one has 7. This one has 7 times 2. Get it? Okay, so
Yeah.
this one has x power 8, but this one doesn't. So we just leave it as. In order to not mess up with the x, we're just using the dot to represent the multiplication sign.
Okay.
So W4 and W6. So we have W4 and W2. And this one we have W4. Why I'm doing this? Because I want to exclude or find out the common factor for both of them. So next one is V5 and this one have V3. So we have V3 and V2. And this one we have V3. Okay, so lowest common multiple for these two equals 7. So these two became 1, right? And x8 and 2 is a loose, so times 2 times x8. And power W4 is became 1. So when you see the same thing, just to make them the 1, and which is
Okay.
loose, you have them. Okay, so V3, you have them, and V2. So the answer is 14, x8, W6, and V5.
So because we only have one x8, we just include it. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if the
anything
other one
which
doesn't.
is in loose, like there's nothing to pair with, just to copy down.
Okay. Okay. Um, and for number 8, is the answer just 1 because they have nothing in common?
Yeah,
And
but yeah, yeah, Xinxin, what is your question?
for 9, is the GCF 9x squared?
Oh, later, let me just to tell you number 7, okay? Actually, we have the easier one to do this. Okay, so you can still using my short division way because I want you to make sure every time you have your test is perfect score, right? 对不对？那老师想让你 perfect score 怎么来 you find the perfect score. How to find the perfect score? You testify, you check your answer, correct?
Yeah.
好，那我这边 7 is a common factor. Yes, you divide by 7, x8, w6, v5, and 2, w4, v3. Correct? So what is a common factor for them? W4. So x8, w2, v5, and 2, v3. And what is a common factor for them? V3, X8, and W2, V2, and 2. And all you need to do is just times these circled numbers together.
Okay.
Get it? To check your answer. Okay, so that's the
Okay.
same thing for this one. Do they have any, also this is greatest common factor, right? So do they have any common factor at all?
No, except
So
for
you just say
1.
1, yeah.
Okay.
So
And for
yeah, let me see
9,
the number
is
9.
the answer 9x squared?
So that's the same thing, okay? So for your school, they want you to do something like that. So 27x squared equals 3 times 3 times 3 times x squared, right? And
Yeah.
18x cubed, they want you to do 3 times 3 times 2 times x cubed. And this one, 63x4 equals 3 times 3 times 7 times x4, right? So remember, xinxin, greatest common factor is not like lowest common multiple. Lowest common multiple is 2 became 1 or 3 became 1 is also acceptable. But for greatest common factor, it's only 2. When you have 3 number, it must be 3 became 1. If you have 4 number, it must be 4 became 1. Get it? So in
Uh,
every single number, they all have 3, right? So
Yeah.
3 can become 1. For every
Okay.
single number, they have another 3. 3 can become 1. But 3 to 7, can they in common? No, so we don't
No.
want them at all. But if in lowest common multiple, if you have anything loose, you write it down. Get it? You have anything loose,
Yeah.
you don't do anything. So x squared, x cubed, and x fourth, we only have what? X squared in common. So the number is 9x squared.
Is it just like the lowest power for GCF and the highest power for LCM?
No. So that's why the way your teacher teach you is going to make everything so confusing. Very hard to do that.
Mhm.
So I know you know how to do them, right? So xinxin, let's go back to my method because you are going to make mistakes for sure. So the only way you're not going to make mistakes is just using my way to check your answer because it's very, very confusing. Greatest common factor, for instance, I give a thing. So 63x squared and 72x cubed. Okay, for instance, like that. So you're going to do this. Of course, we do the number part. So, 7 is a common factor first, right? 7. So 9x squared. Oh, sorry. 56, sorry. So 8x cubed, right? So do the next one is squared. So 9 and 8x, right? Okay, so xinxin, I want you to stop here, okay? So the same thing, 6x squared and 56x cubed. Doing the same thing, 7, 9x squared, 8x cubed, x squared, 9 and 8x. Okay, so now, what is the greatest common factor? 星星看好了，非常非常重要。Greatest common factor is just this part. 7 times x squared equals 7x squared. What is lowest common multiple?
Everything.
Like here. But make sure, xinxin, when you stop here, make sure these two numbers must be prime to each other.
So they can't be divisible by each other.
They must be, what does a prime to each other? That means, for instance, 49 and 36 is not prime number, but they prime to each other. That means what? They don't have any common factor anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Get it, xinxin? So I
Yeah.
want you to do the same thing, okay? So it's very important because you are confusion, right? You're a confusion with with these numbers. So I want you to quickly, you send me the thing, right? You send me the thing for these two numbers, right? These two
Yeah.
things. So quickly enough, find out the greatest common factor for these ones using my method.
Oh, it's 9x squared.
Yeah, I know. How about I give you another one? No. Let me just give you a better one. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one.
GCF. The GCF.
Yeah, GCF
Okay.
and GCF and the lowest common multiple both.
Okay.
Mhm.
GCF is 45 x squared, x cubed y, and LCM is 180 x to the fifth and y cubed.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, so why I'm
Um,
giving you this question as example, okay, xinxin? Actually, you don't have spent a lot of time doing this at all. It's because 45, 90 is 45 multiplication. 180 is also 45 multiplication. So by looking at that, I know for this number, the factor must be 45 and lowest common multiple part is 180. Okay, so when you have those ones, for the greatest common factor, when the factor part, you just find out the lowest key for them, so it's cube, and the lowest key for y is y. And for this one, the greatest cube, the multiples find out the greatest part for every single variable, so it's x fifth and y 3. Do you understand what I mean?
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
but when
can
we're
I
uh-huh.
can I send you like our
Yeah, of course.
entire practice thing?
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
we
you
have
give me the document. Okay, let me just share the screen with you. Like that?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one is the review packet. I think I know how to do all of it, but I have like a few questions.
Which one?
For this one, like do I do like the do I square the number first and then do multiply it by 5?
Which one?
For number 1.
This one?
Yeah.
This one, yeah, you for sure. You do the 5 times because bracket, bad math, right? Bracket and exponent is more important than the multiplication. So this one will be 16x squared plus 8x plus 1, then times 5. So it's 80x squared plus 40x plus 5.
Um and I'm not really I keep on getting like number 4 wrong, like the 3y minus 1 squared one.
Which one? This
Number
one?
4.
This one?
The yeah,
Okay, so how to do this?
first square the 2.
So the very easy thing is y minus 1 squared is the thing like keep coming back, right? So you can replace this equals 1, a. So this question became 3a minus 2a equals how many a?
A.
Yeah, which is y minus 1 squared. So it's y squared plus 1 minus 2y.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is, when you see something very complicated, just yeah. Hi, Xinxin, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Could you send me like all your summer schools, like the package? Like I can just give you something or like a, because every time you give me a little bit, this and that, I understand this is only the part that you don't understand, right? But as your teacher, I may have a bigger view for you because your
Okay.
teacher is not going to give you, how to say, is not going to give you exactly the same questions like they give it to you as a homework, right? For the test, it's going to be different, correct?
Yeah.
So they're going to make a little bit changes. So if I can see the bigger view, look everything like you're teaching, he or she taught you, then I can have a better view of like how to give you some help.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? Can I give you my email?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can give you my email. So, so if you don't mind, of course, I'm not going to share it with anybody. So you give it to
Okay.
me, the thing, so I can just like prepare something for you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So for the same thing as this one, it looks very big and complicated, right?
Just
Remember I said it's
replace it
impossible.
with A.
Yeah. So, but replace A with what? For this one, 2017 is the one I'm going to replace with A. So the question will be A squared minus A minus 1 times A plus 1. Sorry, plus 2. Get it?
Yeah.
So this will be A squared minus bracket A squared minus 4. So the answer is A squared minus A squared plus 4. So the answer is 4.
Okay.
But some students said, hey, I don't want to use 2017 as a A. I want to use 2014, 15 as a A. Can we do it? Still, you can do it, but much more complicated. So A plus 2 squared minus A times A plus 4. Right, so this one is A squared plus 4, A plus 4 minus A squared minus 4A. So still you get the answer 4, but with much more complicated application.
Okay. Okay. And then there's uh the 4.1 part where like you have to factor out the greatest common factor.
Which one?
It's like the next page down.
Okay, this one,
Yeah.
number 3.
Number one, like on the next one, like the
This one,
greatest,
this one.
yeah. Like
Factoring
for
the following polynomial by removing. Yeah. So, first of all, well, how do you factor?
like I feel
This
like
is
the
two.
only
I think
thing
it's a two question, right? A two number. 啊，
it's
这个
one
typo，
like
这是一个数吧？那这是一个数吧？是这样的。There are two numbers, right?
I
Or
think
they're
it's just
together?
one really large number, yeah.
是
But
是
you can
是
only
是
factor out three.
9ab 减12ac 48y square minus 72y fifth. It's like that.
Yeah, I think so.
这是个 polynomial. Removing the
Uh,
greatest common factor. They only have a common factor 3. So 4ab minus, sorry, 3ab minus 4ac. So can I just combine 4 and 48 together? Minus 24 y5. And they should have a 3 because another 3 because this 48 have another 3. So 3 times 3. So AB minus 16. So 64 ACY squared minus 8y5. So something like that. So the answer is 9 AB minus 64 ACY squared minus AY fifth. Like that. This is the only thing I can aware of.
Okay.
Get it？
Yeah,
这个题目出的很不好啊，下面一题呢？下面一题根本就没有啊。
it's just one.
Yeah. What the? I don't get it. 好，下面这个有，这个有。So 星星做这个题目的时候when we do something like that, remember we're starting with the number first, 4 to 8, 14, 21, and 35. So the only part is possible is 2, but these ones are even odd numbers. So obviously, so the number part we cannot do anything. So we do A. So this one have an A, 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 this one have an A. So A can take out. So B, 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 B. So B, we can have B. So it's 4C minus 2AD plus 8E. Oh no, there's another 14. I hate it. So 14AB plus 21A squared B minus 35AB squared. A bracket. If you want to, you can put them together equals 112 ABE.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. What a horrible question. Yeah, 我觉得你们学校的老师. Okay, do you need any help with these ones?
No, I know how to do this one.
Okay, so I noticed that you sent me another thing, right?
Yeah. It's like the review packet for our test, but like our test questions are always so much harder than the review packet.
What? What did you say?
Like our test questions are always like a lot harder than like the stuff they give us for review.
Yeah, I know that because 你以前的同学, so other students from Collingwood, they gave me the same thing. I saw there because they change a little bit for the package review questions a little bit every semester. Not a lot, just a little bit. But if you only do the review package, you're not going to do any good for your home like test at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, 因为 test 会比那个难很多.
For this one, like I have a question for the polynomials, like part uh
第几个?
part C, like the polynomials numbers C and D,
And page
like
1,
the third page.
third page. Like this one?
Yeah, like for C, can I just write it as 64 minus a squared?
Yeah, of course. They're the same thing.
Okay.
那等一下. Yeah, so this one will be 64 minus a squared.
And then that'd be 8 plus a and 8 minus a
So this one will be 8 minus a and a plus a.
plus a.
Uh-huh.
And for D, if
Mhm.
I factored out the a and I got a x squared plus 4, do I need to factor it further to like I or because
Yeah, I don't know if your school learned that, but you can do this as 8 times x squared minus right? But the thing is, I don't think your school
Yeah.
wants you to do this, so just to stop here.
Okay.
Mm.
And for h, do I just factor out the 3 from 3 and then it's
Mhm.
36 minus z squared?
No, 36 minus z squared, you can do further, because 36 is a
Yeah, it's 6
number.
plus z and 6
So
minus z.
3 times 6 minus z and 6 plus z.
Yeah. Okay. And for like the exponents, I was wondering if you could give me like a practice question, like similar to like one on like the last
These
page,
ones,
because
right? Yeah. These
they're
questions
all
are
kind of
easy.
easy compared to the ones we get
Yeah,
on the
I
test.
find out for you. Let me just
Thank you.
yeah. The good thing is that today I find all my resources for my everything. I'm so happy. Like I don't know, 2 months ago, I cannot open any profiles for my math, like all the class plan and teaching plan, like they just gone. Like I cannot open my like the drive, the hard drive. And
Oh,
yeah, I don't know what's going on. And finally I can find them. Yoo-hoo! I'm very, very glad. Hmm. Where is this? Give me 1 second. Hmm? Oh, here. Yeah, this part I have to say it's pretty complicated. Exponent notation 95. This one's easier. Okay, let's just share the screen with you. Okay, so xinxin, let's take a look at this one. Okay, so this part I want you to, we can just go together with you again. So this is summary of the exponent rules. I think you're very familiar with this. Every single exponent of 1 is itself, right? And exponent of 0 except 0 itself, it's equals to 1. And product rule is when you have two exponent times together, you just plus them together. And division rule is like you minus them. The power rule of them is you time them together when you power the power. And negative exponent is when you have a number which is have a negative exponent, you just do 1 over that number, or you can say it's reciprocal of this number, correct? Okay,
yeah.
number gets complicated. Where's my pencil? The thing gets more complicated is here. This part, okay? When you have already fraction, or on the fraction you have the negative power, it is somewhere when you get more complicated, okay? So let me ask you, let me tell you, a over b power negative n, and a negative n and over b negative n, they're actually the same.
So you can just like flip the A and
No,
the
let me
B.
just give you an example. So 2 over 3 square is the same as 2 squared and 3 squared. Don't you agree with me? So all the rule is still the same, no matter it's negative or not. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes if you prefer this one, you can do this one. If you prefer this one, you can do this one. I prefer this one because if you have a over b power negative n, you can just do b over a power n. Correct? I don't want to do
Yeah.
power because if you have a over b, negative n, and negative n, you have to equals 1 over a n and 1 over b n. And a fraction over fraction is going to be more complicated. Get it? But if you
Yeah.
have something like a negative 4, for instance, we have x negative 4 and y negative 4. So how we do it? I strongly recommend you change it to x over y negative 4, then equals y over x power 4 equals y4 and x4. Understand? It's more straightforward and you're not going to make any mistakes.
Okay.
But what if you have a number which is, for instance, x power 3 and y power 4? How are you going to do it? Okay, still very easy. When you have power for the top and bottom,
You can
all you
switch.
need to do is y4 and x3. So just to flip that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take a look at let's have some harder questions. Okay, here. I make it bigger for you. Let's do this one. A and B.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah. I finished.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly tell you the answer. Or you
Okay.
quickly tell me, you know what? I'm just quickly doing this with you so you can see like how I do it and maybe it's gonna have a little bit helpful thing for you. So first of all, I'm going to do a line. So because this part is negative to blah, 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 so I'm gonna immediately put them to the bottom. Okay, And whatever is already on the top, I gonna do this. So 4 power 3 and 8. Oh, sorry. It's not what I'm doing. And I see this one is have a -1 of b, but it's not. So xinxin, do you understand? If this is bracket -1, it's another story. Okay, so it's for a b -1, 3. So I'm not going to like take a look at this one. So 4 power 3, a power 3, and b -3. Understand? And look at the bottom. So this one, I'm going to immediately put them on the top. So this is the first one I'm doing. Okay, so second one. So 4 power 3, a3, and a power 12, and b power 4. And the bottom is 4, a4, b6, and b3. I move this guy to the bottom. So now we have 4 power 3 and a15, b4, and the bottom is 4 and a4 and b9. Then I do the eliminating. So this one I have 4 square left, and this one I have a11 left, and for this one I have b to the power 5 left. So this should be the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So everyone has their own method. I just want to make sure you get the one like easiest and straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Did you finish number B as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at number B. So we have, so this one, because it's a negative, so immediately I put them on the negative part. I put them in the done. And this one is x power 6 and y -6. And this one x -1 and y -2. But since it's x -1 and y -2, I can just immediately put them in the top. Correct? And this one, I can put them down, y power 6. So the answer is x power 6, y squared, and x power 10, y4, and y6. So x6, y2, and x10, y10. So it's x4 and y8, 1 over. To get the same answer?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, I got x3.
I think it should be x power, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Huh? Oh yeah, there's a x. 我看成乘法. See this x? It looks like it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the same thing. Do you want me to send over these one to you and you can
Oh
practice?
yeah, could you send me these?
Yeah, so I can send you these ones. So let's take a look at this one. And do you want to do these evaluation as well?
I think we're not getting tested on
Okay, these
these
ones, no.
yet. We haven't done it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just this one, right?
I was wondering if you could also send me some like factoring like GCF and special polynomial stuff.
Yeah,
Like the
of course.
difference of squares for practice. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
can do that. I can do that.
Thank you.
Okay, I will
Thank
send
you.
it to your mom immediately. And if you have any questions, you can ask her.
Okay. Thank
Okay, so
you.
that's it. Okay, bye.
Bye.